Hey, what's up YouTube? It's me, Shiekrunner, and welcome back to another one of my videos. So in today's video, we actually want to watch an old recording of mine that I did in the Shadowlands beta. So this video was intended to be a guide in its original form, but because they have changed how the Oven quest in Bastion works, this is just me commentating about the strat that I used to use for it. I thought that it would be cool to show off. It gives you some more insights on how to think outside of the box and so on. So let's just jump right into it. So here, this is the recording. So if you look at it, we are here at the oven. This is like one of the quests that you will encounter very early on in the Bastion. And there is like a fuel button and a vent button. And the fuel button, well, you add fuel, and the vent button, everything holds down. And your first quest is a quest where you have to add 5 fuel, and the other one is the quest where you have to open up the vent. Once you've done that all, what happens is you have to hold the heat steady. There's a bar that will pop up, and this bar has like a blue outline, and you have to keep uh, like a line in this blue outline. So that is kind of like the idea behind it. And what you see here in the recording is that originally, if if you open up the vent, you would get the quest completion for when the vent finished channeling the cast. But with later changes, what they made differently is that once you've opened up the vent, like just once you press the thing, it would give you the quest completion. So this is why, for example, like in this video here, what I used to do is instead of going by what the quest was telling me to add 5 fuel to it, then open up the vent and then hold the heat steady, what I would do instead is I would add some fuel, then open up the vent, because then the cast for the vent would already channel, and basically then I would add the fuel, and as soon as I would add all of the fuel, the cast of the vent would be finished, and I would immediately move on to the next stage of holding the heat steady, if that makes sense. So this is kind of like the strat that I used to use there. Now with how it is now, actually the same time than with this strat. They just have changed the way that it works, that you get immediate progress for the quest completion once you open up the vent. So timing wise, nothing has changed. They just made it so that like a more experienced player won't get extra time save here over like an inexperienced player, if that makes sense. And to note, like a lot of things during questing, they scale off of haste, and by having more haste here, you can add the fuel quicker and open up the vent quicker. So you would have to, for example, if you had added 2 fuels to it, and then open up the vent. If you had too little haste, the vent channel would finish before you added the fuel, and then it wouldn't count. So you would have to, basically, depending on your haste, decide how many times you want to add fuel to it before you start the channel of the vent. Because the quicker you do it, the easier it is to do it within the channel of the vent. So this was everything that to this quest. I just thought it would be a cool little side note for me to share to you guys. This doesn't have any practical use for you guys in the Shadowlands anymore, since they have fixed it. But I was really excited whenever I found this, because it made me feel really smart. And with that said, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next video. Take care.